What is up, everybody? It's Mr. Hamilton. Welcome back to another movie review on the couch. This time it is Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder starring Dave Bautista. So, get on your zombie killing armor, pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's review Army of the Dead on the couch. Army of the Dead, done by Zack Snyder, starring Dave Bautista. It's not good. It's great. Zack Snyder is easily becoming one of my favorite directors. Like, I forgot that he did movies like 300. I believe he did Sin City. Obviously, the Justice League and other movies. Like, he did his own version of Dawn of the Dead. So he's no stranger to the whole zombie thing. But in a world of where with zombies, you can only do so much like new things with zombies. You know what I'm saying? There's not too much we haven't seen when it comes to the zombie genre. So Zack Snyder really does a good job of kind of giving a fresh take on zombies, whether it's having a new type of zombie or how this happens or everything else like that. Or like giving them organization, a leader, almost like they have order almost. But he does a really good job of doing something new and not boring in the same old zombie tropes, whether he brings in zombie tropes but then brings in something new. It gives it, that's what gives it a good thing. That's what makes you able to watch it, not be like, oh, this is like the other 50 million zombie movies that we've seen, I like the way he shoots it. I like the way things look. I like his filters. I like the way he kind of has like this, center stage, clear, outwards, kind of blurry, way of shooting. He's very good with practical and digital things, like finding out that he shot some of, Justice League in his backyard and then green screened it. The one thing about this movie is set in Las Vegas, so I definitely wanted to see if they really shot here, if they shot during quarantine, like how did they do it? And comes to find out they shot in a back lot in New Mexico, but they had to like 3D render the entire strip. They scanned the entire strip 3D, deconstructed it, and then had to reconstruct it. And so like damn near everything that you see of the strip is all a 3D rendering, green screened and put back in post, which is crazy when it comes to editing. Like, I like things like that. But you're not here to talk to me, to hear me talk about editing and everything else like that. So before we do get to the good stuff, guys, 97 subscribers, all of the new ones, thank you guys. All you that keep returning, thank you guys. 3 more. If there's 3 of you who are watching who haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 100. Appreciate it. Dave Bautista gives a very good performance. He's one of those people who are one of the few WWE people who become acting that become good actors. In that sense of how he can, portray a character. This one, he's an ex-military, kind of estranged from his daughter because when the beginning of it happened, his wife turned into a zombie. He pretty much killed her in front of his daughter, and she never really forgave him for that. And so, he's out flipping burgers and, he gets approached like, hey, you want to make some money, put together a team, and you can have all this money. So he does. And this is what I like about the movie. The characters in there are not forgettable characters. Every one of them has a reason. It has their own character, life, and everything to it. Sometimes in zombie movies, there's characters in there that you can forget. There's characters that you don't like. There's characters that you're just like, I don't really remember that person. But this one, I liked everybody. Everybody had a purpose, whether they were comedy, serious, or just cannon fodder. The zombies, though, because there's 2 different kinds. There's the ones that are, they call the shamblers, the ones that are like your your usual. And then there's the ones that have order, and they're fast and they're strong, and they look up to the queen, and you have to make a sacrifice just to be in that area, like so they won't mess with you. And the other thing about the thing was, there was a lot of parallels to the quarantine and the virus that's going on now, between people being put in camps, people having to check their temperature, and instead of being too hot, if they dropped degrees, then they knew that these people were possibly turning and infected. And, they were treated differently and this and that. It was crazy to see him put that into what was going on now, but put it into this movie with a whole different, like, zombie, a zombie mindset that happened. So pretty much all these people there want to go in, they want to get paid, they want to make all this money, and, everything that's anything that could go wrong goes fucking wrong. And it just becomes a blood fest. And, with zombie movies, you expect things to be bloody, but the way things get bloody here, Zack Snyder definitely is a Quentin Tarantino fan, is definitely an anime fan, because of the way, like, some people chop off limbs in his blood, but when you get that thing of, like, blood, like, that's a certain style of, violence that comes from comic books and anime. When it comes to the one thing I will talk about, zombie tigers, they looked good. Even the zombie horse, the fact that they had animals that were zombies, I don't know very many movies that actually went that far. And seeing somebody getting their face eaten off by a tiger, like, as bad as you think that would happen, that's exactly how violent it was. It was a great scene. I love that scene of the dude getting his face eaten off by a tiger. It's fucking phenomenal. Like, it's something that is iconic and just crazy. And here's the other thing. He was able to take this human story and this zombie story and mesh them together to where they worked perfectly. Sometimes when you do these zombie movies, that human element can very well get lost or take away from the story. That doesn't happen. They coincide very well and everything like that. The emotions and everything like that, on top of the necessary zombie killing that just goes insane. They go hand in hand perfectly. He gives each thing enough screen time and puts them together perfectly, which is something that I loved. Because there's movies like, I don't know what I want to say, like, okay, Godzilla, the Godzilla movies. We want to see huge monsters battle each other. And then after that, but then they put the human element into it. And sometimes you're like, I really don't want to see the human element. It takes away from the story. This does not happen in this movie at all. It really doesn't. But, so he does that very well. The ending is perfect and everything like that. And it works to a certain extent. And then it doesn't end the way you think it would end. Spoilers. I don't want to spoil everything, so I'm not going to say how it ends. But I love the way it ends, because it doesn't end the way you think it's going to end. Yes, it kind of does, but at the same time, it really doesn't. It does leave open for a sequel, which Zack Snyder, please, Army of the Dead 2, I want it. We all want it. We need it. So in my book, this movie gives 10 out of 10. I don't find anything that I didn't like about this movie. I might have to watch it again, but as of right now, I love this movie. It's great. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes, but it flies because it's such a fun movie. It is such a fun movie. I love the code breaker dude, and the connection that he has with I forget the dude's name. But him and they have like this comedic, at first they don't like each other, but then they go up and then they have all this mad respect for each other, and somebody saves another one. And you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. But, yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a very fun movie. Zack Snyder did a good job. And like I said, he's becoming one of my favorite directors, and I hope to see more of him and hope to see he does more of this stuff. I watched a thing where he said he would always like to write a comic. Honestly, if you were to write a comic, Zack Snyder, make an Army of the Dead like graphic novel. Like, this would be a good graphic novel to follow. I know they have like The Walking Dead and all that stuff, but please, I would love to see this as a comic. I would love to see it as a comic. It would be fucking phenomenal. So yeah, that's my review on this. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you'd be watching this because there's mad spoilers, but if you're here and you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch this movie. Yeah, hop in the comments, guys. Start a conversation. Did you guys like this movie? Did you not like it? Tell me what you guys thought about it. Once again, 97 subscribers, 3 more to 100, guys. So exciting. I love it. Love you guys all who are watching it. If you guys are here and you're new, please subscribe, hit the like and share button. And as always, thank you guys for joining me on the couch for another movie review. I'm Mr. Hamilton. Peace.